So it's wine time on the patio, and today I'm going to be having a dessert wine. So this is, it says right on here, strawberry dessert wine. This is from Huber Winery here in Indiana. And so dessert wine, as we know, is very sweet. This one is strawberry, so it's actually made with strawberries, the fruit, not strawberry flavored grapes or anything like strange like that. So this is also in a smaller bottle. There's two reasons. One is because this is a very sweet wine, and once it's opened, it will go weird very quickly. It doesn't store for very long, so a day or two, and then it won't be very nice. And these don't stay nice really long anyway. A shelf life for a fruit wine, generally a dessert wine like this, would be a year or two max. So small bottles, also because it's higher in alcohol content. So generally your fruit wines are very sweet and a little more high in the alcohol content. So there's a couple things you can do. Now this is a little dessert wine glass, so it's a smaller glass, a little bit of a sort of unusual shape here, and I like to do that. Now I know I've tasted this, I know what this tastes like. It's very, very sweet. It's almost like a syrupy sweet fruit wine. So like if you get your fruit wine and you give it the sniff test, you give it a taste. Now if you decide that this is too sweet or too syrupy, some people do, there's a couple things you can do. One thing you can do is you can spritzer it. So you can throw in an ice cube or two and a little bit of Sprite or 7-Up or something like that, and just make it a nice fruity, refreshing spritzer. So don't ever just like get rid of your wine. You can always make something happen. But another really fun thing to do with these really sweet, especially the fruity ones, is to add them to ice cream. So if I decide I don't want to enjoy my wine this way, I can then pour it over some vanilla ice cream or even chocolate ice cream, whatever flavors you like. And it's very, very sweet. Now I did of course have this chilled because it's a fruit wine, which is generally better served chilled as dessert and fruit wines are. But it's gonna be really, really nice poured over my ice cream for a little dessert, a little tangy dessert. So these are some things, just some tips about fruit wines and dessert wines. And this is a really, really, really sweet, but really delicious strawberry fruit wine. If you ever get a chance to have some dessert wines, give them a try. Like I said, they're very sweet, so they are generally for dessert. You don't just drink them with your general food. Some people drink them as their dessert, and some people will have them maybe with, it's also really good with, especially a strawberry or a cherry one is nice with chocolate as well. So you could even put that with chocolate ice cream, or it's good with brownies, chocolate brownies. So lots of options there. So it's wine time on the patio, and we are enjoying some strawberry dessert wine. Cheers. It's wine time on the patio again, and so I am going to talk a little bit more about my strawberry dessert wine from Huber Winery. So I tried some the other day, and I was talking about how it's really, really sweet, and for some people it's a little bit too sweet. Let me pour just a little bit so you can see what it looks like. So, so I had this out yesterday, and I was having a little bit of this. It's really, really sweet, and so I decided to pour it on my ice cream and make a nice dessert from it. So you can do that, but I wanted to share another idea. So obviously I didn't eat enough ice cream to use all of this wine, and even between my husband and myself, we didn't eat that much. So I just corked this up. It's still going to be good for, you know, probably a week. If I wanted to have it that long, it won't last that long, but corked it up, put it back in the fridge. But I just wanted you to see the color. It's a beautiful color. It's a strawberry, very, very sweet dessert wine. So putting it on the ice cream is one really delicious way to enjoy it. Now another way, we discovered this little dessert when we needed a dessert for one of our wine tours, kind of at the last minute. We didn't have time. It had to be something that had involved wine in the recipe. We didn't have time. It was a last minute thing we had to deal with, and so we discovered this trick. So what you do is you can either, you can make brownies obviously, but you can buy little brownie bites at the store. You can get these at the supermarket, in any of the bakery sections. And so these little brownie bites are just, they come just like this. And so I just got these yesterday so I could show this idea because these are so good. So then you take a muffin tin and you just take a little bit of your strawberry wine and just a tiny bit in each, just enough to kind of cover the bottom of your pan, okay, in each little square. I probably got a little bit too much in that one. And then you stick your brownies in there. And you can do this in a plate. It doesn't have to be in the muffin tin. But you only need, I got that one too full. You only need a tiny bit in order for this to, what's going to do in about 5 minutes, it's going to soak up enough of this wine, so it's going to be strawberry and chocolate brownie. It's going to soak up enough of the wine to make a really, really, really good brownie dessert. And so I did some in advance. And what happens is, now I did these and you can see they're not wet. I mean, they just barely make a little water on the plate, a little liquid on the plate. But they're super, super moist. You can see if you look at the bottom of it how moist it is and gooey and ooey and gooey. So they make delicious ooey gooey brownie desserts, and it just soaks up enough of that. About half the brownie is soaked with the wine to make a chocolate strawberry brownie. So another idea for your dessert wines, if you don't want to drink it straight up, you can put it on your ice cream. You can make brownies. You can also do it with cake. Now a cake's going to get super moist super fast, so you're not going to want to soak it very long because now these have already soaked up enough to make them super moist just that quick. So it's wine time on the patio, but today I'm going to be enjoying some brownies with my strawberry dessert wine. So stay tuned and enjoy.